YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're gonna talk about Michael Porter Jr. and the Denver Nuggets. They have said that he's untouchable, but we heard that before as Nurkic got moved. We heard that he's tradable because he's a guy that's hungry. He wants to be a star. He has the upside. Teams will take a gamble on a guy like Michael Porter Jr. because of his age and the fact that this is a guy that shot 50% from the field in 16 minutes while also getting 4 rebounds, also averaging 9 points and 83% from the free throw line. And he played well against the Lakers. I know people look at his defense. Most rookies struggle defensively. Not too many rookies come in as elite level defenders, if any. And the ones that do usually are big men. Usually it takes years to develop schemes and mentalities and getting used to players as you play them throughout the years. And I'm not making the excuse. It's just he was a rookie. You can't really expect a rookie to have it all day one, especially when you're coming off the bench, you're starting, and you don't even know sometimes what's going to happen minute wise because that's what he was going through as a rookie. Now we all know Jeremy Grant is a big reason why Michael Porter Jr. is going to have an opportunity because the Nuggets really didn't sign anybody that should be above him. You thought that they'll try to get a veteran. They did get Paul Millsap back, but he didn't look that good in the playoffs. Had some spots where he did, but overall, Paul Millsap not the guy no more. He's not the greatest defender anymore, not the greatest offensive player anymore, and he doesn't space the floor consistently because he just never been a great 3-point shooter. And when his athleticism started waning, he became a lot easier to defend, like a lot of other veterans that is in the league and retired. You only got so much time before you decline physically, and the time is coming for Paul Millsap. But he still is a good veteran, still knows the system, still know the players, still know the coach, and he's still going to produce, given the minutes that he's going to be out there. He isn't going to be playing at the level he used to be playing, but you're not paying him that much money no more, and you're not relying on him as much anymore as you're going in a new direction. We've seen Jamal Murray have a spectacular bubble. We've seen Jokic have a spectacular bubble. And we've seen Michael Porter play well, like I said, against the Lakers. And this team, took a step back losing Grant because they didn't really replace him. And I didn't really see them, get anything significant this offseason so far. And if this is the roster they're going in, they're still going to be one of the best teams in the West if they can stay healthy. And I think Michael Porter Jr. adds a little bit more of a dynamic. This is a guy that can, handle the ball a little bit. This is a guy that is very confident in his 3-point shot over 42% from three last year. Shot creation is there, and that's something that they didn't have in Grant. Grant shows signs that he could do it. He's obviously the better defender. It's not really even close in my personal opinion, but offensively, Michael Porter can raise this ceiling of this team, and that's why a lot of us felt like he could be that guy for them. None of us seen Jamal Murray playing the way that he did, but that only helps the team. If he can play at the same level or better than the bubble, and Jokic can continue his dominance of being one of the best, if not the best center in the league, and you get another guy that can give you another dynamic offensively, that makes this team dangerous. That makes this team scary, especially in the future if these guys can gel. And that's one thing that was a blessing in disguise with Grant leaving is now they don't have to pay him. They can use that money on somebody else in the future, as they do have a lot of young guys that contracts will be coming up. And we've seen them lose Wancho. We've seen them lose Malik because they couldn't afford to keep him. And they couldn't afford to play him because they had their team and their core, and those guys, had to go. But what I will say is I'm ecstatic whether Michael Porter Jr. gets traded or he stays with Denver. I have been a huge supporter of him. I thought he was one of the biggest steals in the draft. And to me, even though he can be lost defensively, even though he can take some, real bad shots, the confidence is there. The swagger is there. The bravado is there. And the aggression is there. I feel like Michael Porter fears nobody. I feel like Michael Porter feel like nobody can stop him, nobody can guard him. And why wouldn't you want to unleash that? We've seen Jamal Murray pulling up from everywhere. We've seen Jamal Murray getting to the basket and finishing. We've seen how well they play with Jamal Murray aggressive and knocking down shots. It makes it tougher for this team to be defended because you have to pay attention to everybody because they all can shoot and they can all create. off the dribble to some degree. So I look at this as more of a good thing, and I don't really look at it like, no, this is Murray and Jokic team. I don't really look at it like that. I look at it more or less like you're going to have multiple scorers and multiple ball handlers if you want to be a dangerous offensive team, and we have seen that throughout history and throughout the league that you need multiple guys that can put the ball in the basket. And you need that third guy that can patch it all together, whether it is creating every once in a while, knocking down some threes from time to time. And remember, Michael Porter Jr. is a great rebounder for his size, being able to sneak and get rebounds, sneak and get putbacks, get out in transition. You need guys that can, raise your ceiling, especially when, this is the team that they have. They didn't really make no big acquisition. So I look at it like they're going to lose significantly defensively, but they're going to gain another level that they necessarily didn't have last year. And Michael Porter, to me, the way the offseason went and how he played in the bubble, he should feel good about this opportunity of getting more minutes. I know the coach should be hard on him because the only way he's going to learn is if you chastise him or discipline him. And that's fair. This is a guy that is only a rookie last year. He needs to, take it serious because this team is trying to win the title. This is not a team that's up and coming. Nobody knows about. They're trying to make a name for themselves. This is a number 2 seed. This is a team that beat the Clippers in a 3-1 lead. This is a team that showed relentlessness, showed that they can, play on anybody level, even though they lost to the Lakers in 5. They wasn't scared of them. They really wasn't. And you need guys on your team that feel that way. You need guys on your team that hoop that way. And Michael Porter Jr. is that. Even if he gets traded to another team, a lot of teams will take a gamble on him. A lot of teams will take a chance on him just because of the upside, just because of the potential. You look at a guy like Anthony Edwards, he was drafted based on what he can possibly be in the future. And that's why you draft him number 1 because of his upside. And that's why I look at Porter. If he can stay healthy, this guy has it all mentality. Mentally, he has it all. It's just about committing to the defensive schemes and staying as playing better one-on-one defense. Because when you play in the forward position, most of the best players that you have to stop plays that position, and that's why it's a big loss losing Grant. But it's no excuse. You didn't replace him. You have to live with that decision that you lost him, and you can't do nothing about it, and you have to move forward, at the end of the day. So I'm interested to see how they approach using him. I want to see what his role will be. Will he continue to come off the bench? Will he get increased minutes because they will need that from him? And if he does, I really want to see how he takes that opportunity. I don't really think that this has to be Michael Porter Jr. team. I don't really think it conflicts with Jokic and Murray. I just look at it like if you want to be a dangerous team, you need different levels. You need different lineups. You need different guys that can step up. And Michael Porter Jr. showed that as a rookie and showed that even against the Lakers, the champions, that he can do those things. He just needs the opportunity. He just needs the chance. And if he does, this makes this team a whole lot more dangerous. So to me, I'm rooting for Michael Porter. I could care less if he's the best player on his team. I could care less if he's not going to be better than Jokic. I just care about them trying to find a way to get better and find a way to top what they did last year, as the goal is no longer they're coming. The goal is, can they get it done? You only have so many years to try to win a title. And a lot of these guys on rookie contracts, a lot of these guys have got paid massive dollars. And eventually you're going to have to put all your eggs in one basket and go all in for a title. And that's what the Nuggets are, aiming for now. They're here, they respect it, and they did damage in the bubble. Now it's about building upon that and trying to go further and do more than what you did last year. I still have the Nuggets as one of the top 5 teams in the West, even though they lost Grant. And I still do think that it's another level that they can hit. Now, will that be Porter unlocking that, or will that be other guys that develop, because we haven't seen them play in months, step their game up? Their bench is questionable to a lot of people, but that's where the development and the growth and the coaching staff has to find a way to utilize them, has to find a way to get the best out of them, and also find a way, to make them mesh with the guys already on this team. And that's what they will have to do if they really feel, you know, that's necessary for them to win. So it's all on Mike Malone and his coaching staff, how they want to use these players, how they want to fit them in, and how they want to play. It has been working so far. They have made big moves stepwise the last couple years, and now it's time to be a championship contender. Michael Porter is not there yet to help them do that, but then again, when is he going to be there if you're not going to give him the chance and the opportunity? You have to be able to live with the growing pains. He's going to be frustrating you. He's going to annoy you. He's going to make you go crazy. But then again, you drafted him because of his upside and what he can possibly become. So you have to live with that. We've seen guys like Russ and them become legends and Hall of Famers because of their play style and because of their game. But at the same time, that could be their Achilles heels, but that's also what makes them great. They are who they are. They play how they play. They hoop how they hoop. And you just have to live with that. You drafted them. You wanted them. And now he has the opportunity to be unleashed. Let the man hoop. Let him do his job. So at the end of the day, I'm ready to see what he's going to bring to the table. I'm ready to see him be more a part of this team and more a part of their success. And to me, when you got a three-headed monster with guys that can shoot from anywhere, play off each other, and also being able to create, that makes them dangerous, especially in the future if they can continue to grow and develop as a nucleus in the core. Let me know what you guys think. Will this be the year Michael Porter Jr. break out? Will it be 2 years from now? Will it be next year? Or do you feel like he's hungry? He's ready. He knows it's his time, and he's going to go out there and show the world. I love what he did as a rookie. He had some pros and some cons like every other player, but I can't wait to see what he does this year. Whether he's with the Nuggets long term or not, this guy is special. This guy is amazing to me. And regardless if he's with the Nuggets or not, I want to see him do his thing in the league because I really am a fan of his. And, sometimes you got to go in a different direction. Sometimes you need a new start. Sometimes you need to change the scenery. Or sometimes you just have to accept your role, accept your job, and perfect it and master it. And that helps the team get better. Regardless of what happened, I'm riding with you, Michael Porter. Do your thing, and we'll see what the Nuggets do this year and see if they can get further. Can they get to 7 games? Can they get to the finals? Or is we sleeping on them? Is we overrating them? Or did they take so much of a back step that they just going to be another team in the West? None of these questions we know because we haven't seen them play in months. But one thing I do know, they're going to be a fun and exciting team, and a lot of us can't wait to see what they do this season. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. You can also customize the hat, customize the shirt the way you want it to be. Change the color of the logo, pick the logo, change the color of the shirt, customize how you want to. Make sure you get it shipped out to you. You can also find exclusive merchandise only on my spread shirt. There you can find a variety of things. So if you want to check that out, feel free to. If you want to support the channel in a different way, liking and sharing is a good way for this channel to continue to grow and reach more people. The more it grows, the more it reaches, the better for me. And that's the way you can support the channel if you don't want to buy any merchandise. Not only that, if you're new to the channel, I offer breakdowns of players, legends, rookies, and even summer league breakdowns, summer league coverage, draft coverage, free agency, top 10 lists, season previews, trade deadline talks, discussions, and everything that you need to know. I have over 2,000 videos on my channel. So if you like this, you want to see more, is on display for y'all as I have over 2,000 of them. Not only that, comment. I read every comment. Is he overrated, underrated? Can you help him? Will he hinder him? Will he stop them from reaching a peak? Is his ego going to be too big that he's going to think he's better than Jokic and Murray? Or do you think that, grow, develop, and your time will come? Or do you feel like, he can be that missing piece to him if he accepts his role? Regardless of whatever you feel, let me know in the comment section as I read every comment. Even though it don't look like I respond, I do see what you guys post and I enjoy it. Other than that, hope you guys had a good Saturday, and I'll be coming to you on another video Sunday. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone. Enjoy your day.